know what we should do today? Come on, kids, let's squirt that gelatin monster, yeah. Come on, kids, let's squirt that gelatin monster. Squirt that gelatin monster. Squirt that gelatin monster. Come on, kids, let's squirt that gelatin monster, yeah. Come on, kids, let's squirt that gelatin monster. Squirt that gelatin monster. Squirt that gelatin monster. Come on, kids, let's squirt that gelatin monster, yeah. Come on, kids, let's squirt that gelatin monster. Come on, kids.
For Candace, our neighborhood, and all the good gelatin left in the world.
Let's squirt that gelatin monster.
Hello and welcome to episode 30, day 30, here on the podcast organization without a Cool Acronym, also known as POWCA, brought to you by the GeekCast Radio Network. I am one of your hosts, TFG1Mike, and joining me is PecanCtMichael. Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going. So we've made it to 30 days of Phineas and Ferb, one whole month of POWCA. Today and tomorrow, day 30 and 31, this is going to happen sporadically throughout, because we're now in the second season of Phineas and Ferb cartoon reviews here. This is going to happen sporadically throughout season 2. We're going to double up podcasts, so some podcasts are going to be longer. Instead of talking about just 2 11-minute cartoon episodes in one podcast, we may end up talking about 4 11. So basically 2 full episodes of Phineas and Ferb per podcast. So these double-sized podcasts might be a little bit longer. And the format for them, as far as how they're going to break down, and as far as how I'm going to do the editing, is going to be a little bit different than what I've been doing so far. Basically, we're going to talk about, like today we've got Attack of the 50-Foot Sister and Backyard Aquarium as the first episode. So when we talk about the plots, we're going to talk about Attack of the 50-Foot Sister plot really quickly and Backyard Aquarium really quickly, and then we'll go to the good points and bad points of each of those, and it'll be just one whole long big clip. That way I don't have to edit 9 different clips to one show. So I hope people are going to like this. It's not a new format for the whole show. It's only specific episodes. I got to tell you, folks, it took me, and I think I said this at the beginning when we did the episode 0 of the show, it took me about 4.5 months and then one whole day for about 5.5 hours to make sure I had all of the episodes, all the movie, all the specials, every episode of the show to fit within a 104 episode podcast. Took a lot of time and a lot of stress and a lot of math, sadly. And I screwed up at one point and had to redo the whole damn thing. So, yeah, we're going to have double episodes a few times. So this is going to be one of them today.
Okay.
Have you ever had a backyard aquarium?
I have not.
Anything?
I had an indoor aquarium.
Okay, so you didn't have,
You know what? Honestly, I have a pool. And if I put a goldfish in a bag in it, it might count as an indoor or an outdoor aquarium. If that makes sense. But
have you ever
girl, I got something for you that you're really gonna like.
Oh God! No.
It's a fish in a bag. Sorry.
That's just give it a hat.
We'll get to that later.
And now, the Attack of the 50-Foot Sister. Thank God I was an only child.
You know you want to be her. She's a flawless girl. Flawless girl. All the boys say when they meet her, she's a flawless girl. Flawless girl. She's at the forefront of every trend. Never less than 5'10".
flawless girl, because nobody's perfect without using our cosmetics.
I'd be so lost without Flawless Girl giving me some pointers on how to look.
Hey, look! It says Flawless Girl founder Blanca Dichon will be at this year's Midsummer's Festival in search of the next Flawless Girl spokesmodel.
Maybe I should sign up. Just out of curiosity, when is the Midsummer's Festival?
Probably in the middle of summer, which is about now.
Oh, what do you know? Must be the middle of summer. It's the Blanchard signal.
Phineas and Ferb, days ago you helped me build a portal to Mars. Now I beg you to help me win the biggest watermelon contest at the festival. Help me, Phineas and Ferb. You're my only hope.
Ferb, grab that junior chemistry set you got for Bastille Day. We're going to the festival.
Holy crap, Michael. Why is your sister 50 feet tall?
I have no good answer for that.
Yeah. But first up today, we have Attack of the 50-Foot Sister. Phineas and Ferb help Blanchard with his festival entry for the biggest watermelon using a growth elixir which Candace uses in order to increase her height in order to be the next flawless girl. Elsewhere, Dr. Doofenshmirtz plans to cover the festival with the worst smell in the history of mankind. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. This episode has a pretty good message to it for the most part.
Right.
You have what's her name?
Candace?
No, not Candace.
Blanca Dichon?
Yeah, there you go. You got her, and then you got PP Otter, you know.
PP Otter.
That's what his name is, right? I assume.
Oh, he said PP.
Well,
It's a terrible name. It's a terrible name, and I was going to get to this later, but now that you brought it up, Kevin Michael Richardson does the voice for PP Otter. And I only know this because I read it in the wiki.
Oh.
And I was like, this doesn't sound anything like Shredder. This is a different guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually thought like D. Bradley Baker was playing double duty on this one or something, because it doesn't sound like a Kevin Michael Richardson to me.
Yeah, it does not. How did he do that?
I don't know. It's almost like he was trying for like what was it? Rich Hine who was the name of the guy who had the voice that sounded like criminy. Anyway, it sounded like he was trying to do that voice. The Candy Crush King. Remember the Candy Crush King? Or the that guy, that voice. Alan Tudyk was doing it. It's like Rich Hine or something like that. Yeah. I wish I could remember right now off the top of my head. But anyway, what it comes down to is it sounded like somebody, not Kevin Michael Richardson because the voice was such a high register, but it sounded like somebody was trying to do that.
Yeah.
And it was like, wow, this doesn't sound like him at all. I mean, if he sounded like Shredder, if PP Otter was like this deeply voiced, menacing character, I'd be like, oh yeah, that's Kevin Michael Richardson. But it's like, no, it doesn't sound like him at all.
We'll be back in a moment.
What the? Oh, the festival is so loud, I can't even hear my own evil jingle. Okay, guys, take it from the top. Louder.
A 1, 2.
Oh, what now? A banjo-playing platypus? Perry the banjo-playing platypus? Take 5, guys. Not you, Perry the platypus. If I can just have a word with you. It's a cute little trap, isn't it? I got the idea at my cousin Gertrude's baby shower. Well, don't judge me. Men go to baby showers these days. It was fun. Presents, blindfolded diapering. I'm sorry, I'm off topic, aren't I? It's the Storm Midsummer's Festival. So with the laughing and the music and the constant ringing on my bell to use my bathroom. Well, I'm going to put an end to it once and for all. You see, I have created a device that will cover the entire Midsummer's Festival with the worst smell in the history of mankind. Dirty diapers. And yeah, I got all that from a baby shower. How do you like me now, Perry the Judge-a-puss?
This plot here, I don't know. I like it. I like the message behind it of Candace realizing that both of them are trying to exploit various things. I think that's cool. The doof plot here is... It's okay.
It's okay?
It's
just okay?
What was the... God, I can't even... I just want... I'm pulling
I think
a
the problem was
is that
you didn't get a doof plot until the very end. It seemed like at the very end of the episode, we finally get an innator.
Well, he had the innator the whole time. He had the smellinator the whole time, but it ends up, close to the end of the episode, it ends up being the growth elixir ends up in there, and that's how the whole fishtail comes in. And fishtailing to get Candace back to normal, because, Ferb even says at the end, well... Either that or the universe got bigger.
The universe got bigger. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
So to digress here, I'm going to go back to the point you made up earlier, as far as Candace figuring out that the PT Barnums of the world, the PP Otters, are making their money by making people feel better about themselves by belittling others, and then the fashion industry or the Blanca Duchans of the world are making their money by putting other people on a pedestal and making their customers feel badly about themselves. So they're each kind of I don't want to say acting as like a predator against regular people, but they are. And she comes to she comes across the notion that she's not gonna buy into that. She's not going to allow their body shaming to to kind of tear her down. There's a body acceptance message here that is usually championed by plus size models, that type of thing, where they say, I don't care if you think I'm fat because I think I'm healthy and I'm adorable and I love myself. And that's a good message to have.
It is. So we are going to get to the yes we do, and no we don't. Oh wait, no, damn it! Now I gotta edit this. Son of a bitch.
What?
No.
What?
That. Shut up. 307, a new record. All right.
So are we going to talk about the rest of this episode? Because I got a lot of notes.
We are, but I'm trying to follow this new format. So
I should have wrote... Oh, sorry. Yeah. I was going to say, I should have wrote something else down because I've got...
Yes, you do. No, yeah, we're going to do that.
Rambling.
It's going to be separate, so...
All right, well, go ahead.
4, 3, 39.
1.
Edit, shut up. So that's the plot for Attack of the 50-Foot Sister. Then we have the second episode, Backyard Aquarium. After their pet goldfish did so much for them, Phineas and Ferb build an aquarium in their backyard as a way of saying thanks. Meanwhile, Candace awaits a call from Jeremy, and Perry the Platypus stops Doofenshmirtz from destroying the hot dog vendors of the world. Oh boy. This episode. Boy. You can tell this is a Disney show, people. There's at least one killer whale here. There's at least one Shamu.
There's at least one. And the Shamu immediately eats the goldfish, which I thought was awesome.
And they're like, no!
No!
And it's like, oh, so it's kind of like one of those old, shows. We could do that.
Wouldn't be Disney without parental death.
It wouldn't be Disney without any kind of death, without really.
Goldfish death. Goldfish homicide going on here, people.
Some odd reason I really want to put the dun in here from Law and Order.
Exactly. I laughed so hard. He's like, "Okay, what do you think of your new friends?" And the killer whale went. I just lost it. I thought that was so funny.
Mm-hmm.
Did they not think the killer whale was going to eat the goldfish? It's like, well, as long as he's not going to eat the goldfish, we might as well recreate SeaWorld.
Mm. So there are several allusions here for this episode, which I picked up on a few of them.
Okay.
I think this is one of, if not, is probably one of. It's not. I don't think it's the first, but it's the first full-on reference to a certain galaxy far, far away. I noticed, which is basically Attack of the Clones with the battle between Perry and Doofenshmirtz. Basically mimics Yoda and Dooku from Attack of the Clones.
Okay, so you know, I've read that somebody has that opinion. I did not share that opinion. There was definitely sword fighting with meat products going on.
And he does try to stop and fake Perry out for pulling the thing off the wall. So, yeah, it's in the wiki. It says so.
Yeah, just because the wiki says so doesn't.
That's right.
It's necessarily true.
It's the Phineas and Ferb wiki. It's better than regular wiki, and it has to be right? All right.
Okay.
Yeah, they should really pay us.
It's true.
The other ones, obviously, when they go out on the fishing boat, it's a reference to the perfect storm. When Phineas corrects Candace about the whale is a mammal, not a fish, it's the same thing with Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. The music at the end of the episode is similar to Thomas Newman's score to Finding Nemo, which is a Disney Pixar film. And then the best one was Doofenshmirtz when he gets thrown out to sea. Well, hot diggity dog, which is obviously something Mickey usually says all the time, Mickey Mouse. So,
are we calling the writers plagiarists? Is that what we're saying?
No.
They just lifted whole chunks of their 15-minute episode wholesale from other productions?
No. You can throw in a line from a certain thing if you want to.
It's not quite as bad as Tomorrow, which we'll get into tomorrow. But
Tomorrow. Yeah.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Tomorrow. Yeah, no. Let's not even go there.
I do not have red curly hair, so no.
Oh, God knows I can think of is Charlie Brown trying to impress that red-haired... Oh, God, okay. We're going to get to the good moments and the yes, yes, we do and the no, no, we don't moments for both these episodes after this.
There's our new pet, Goldie. I wonder if we're as cute to her as she is to us. Yeah, we are. What can we do for Goldie since she's already done so much for us? A marine life aquarium? Great idea, Ferb. Let's build the best ever of one of these and give Goldie that special home she deserves. Does that sound good to you, Perry? So it's unanimous. Hey, where's Candace?
Candace, where are you? What are you doing?
Waiting for Jeremy to call. You see, last night at the movies, he said he was going to call soon. So I calculate that soon must mean first thing in the morning. Since soon can't refer to a period in excess of or equal to 24 hours, give or take a 59-minute cushion of time on either side of the event in question. See? I have it all figured out right here on this notepad. I even showed my math. Wait, maybe I should have carried the one instead of dividing by Jeremy's face.
Well, I'm off to my favorite author's book signing. Try not to freak out on your brothers while I'm gone.
Mom, I don't freak... Oh my gosh. The square root of soon is never.
I got the filter done. How's the water coming?
Herman, are you taking a shower?
No.
Well, you need one.
It is time for the yes, yes we do and no, no we don't moments for Attack of the 50-Foot Sister and Backyard Aquarium. Attack of the 50-Foot Sister. Flawless Girl.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Flawless Girl sells makeup.
Yeah. I know why this episode had this episode, 2 episodes in a row almost have Star Wars references because they effectively lift and insert Baljeet for Leia Hey, it's the Blanchard signal.
The Blanchard signal.
Phineas and Ferb, you're my only hope. It's like, oh, God.
Help me, Phineas and Ferb. You're my only hope.
Yes.
This is the best Star Wars reference yet. I mean, there's been episodes. There are episodes in season 1 that will remain nameless because I don't remember their names. But where, well, we complained about them. Like, well, why weren't there Star Wars references? I mean, if you're gonna, this would have been 100% better if they had lifted something from Star Wars. And lo and behold, boom, Star Wars. And that wasn't even the only Star Wars reference here in this episode.
Mm.
There was also Blanca Deshawn says, aren't you a little short for a flawless girl? Or a stormtrooper, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And Candace says, I'll always be 2 inches too ugly. That was funny. So, I often feel as if I'm 2 inches too ugly.
Your wife and 2 children would say otherwise to your personality.
Well, even my wife had her hand up about this high, and she said, you must be this tall to be a flawless.
That's just...
Oh, man.
So wrong.
That is harsh. You must be this tall.
Who put a layer entrance in the neighbor's koi pond? Oh, just put hats on them, we'll make them agents. So we have fishy agents now.
Agent Koi. That'd be Agent K.
Yeah.
Agent K1, Agent K2, and Agent K3. It was funny because they actually showed up at the end to rescue Perry.
Yep.
He doesn't ordinarily need rescuing, but this time it was really cool to have little Koi with hats jump up and give him the high five with their...
Yeah, it was awesome.
With their tail.
Yeah, I wasn't sure where to put this, whether it was a yes, yes, we do moment or a no, no, we don't moment. And because I don't really know. I don't go to these things at all. I've been to a couple, like when I've had to, but I haven't been to one in at least 15 years or more. Doofenshmirtz says... Men can go to baby showers, and my question that I wrote down was, do men really go to baby showers? Really?
Not really.
Yeah, not really, Doofenshmirtz.
If you really want to play... Okay, this is going to sound demeaning. If you really want to play stupid girl games, like how fast can you wrap the diaper around a baby doll or something? There are a number of traditional baby shower games. I wouldn't know. I've just heard stories, right? Because I've never been to one of these. Even when my wife had her own baby showers, I was not involved. I showed up after the fact to help carry presents because that's what men do. They carry heavy objects, right? Yeah.
Right.
And also any of the men folk who are the significant others of the women who were invited, if they needed somewhere to hang out, they could all hang out with me. So that was kind of neat, but no, we did not attend ourselves.
Yeah, I don't know. So I'm not sure where that would fall with between yes, yes we do, no, no we don't. It was just a question I had. What good moments or bad moments do you have for Attack of the 50-Foot Sister?
Perry, the banjo-playing platypus.
I love that.
It's awesome.
Banjo-playing platypus.
He puts on his hat. Perry, the banjo-playing platypus. That is hard to say. Oh my gosh. I almost messed that up twice.
Yeah, I almost forgot. This is the episode where he has the sound booth and the singers with the jingle. It's the first and only time we see the Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated jingle singers.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I'd forgotten about that. Oh, yeah. Banjo playing platypus. Perry the banjo playing.
It's hard to say, isn't it? Yeah. Perry the banjo playing platypus. Blah 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 blah. Yeah.
What else?
But that was funny. It was just really funny. Baljeet, Baljeet wants this watermelon to be bigger, and he's got this little tiny little melon, and he wants it to be huge. And I'm just like, so on the one hand, the theme of the episode is body acceptance, and on the other hand, Baljeet wants huge melons.
The shame curtains are not going to hang themselves.
The shame curtains. It's funny because I have shame curtains in my house, and they're actually kind of nice. So I don't know what he's complaining about.
Okay, man. Alrighty then.
The shame.
I think we're a little bit too much about PecanCtMichael here tonight.
Exactly.
Folks.
I had to hang my own shame curtains. It was terrible. And, the problem was my melons.
Transformers on them. Please tell me they have Transformers on them.
No, actually, no. It's funny. Somewhere around here, I have a Transformers bedsheet, and from like way back when they first came out, it's old, and someone told me, "Oh, I could cut those into curtains for you," and I'm like, "Stay away."
Why would you want to do that?
I know, you would take a pair of scissors to my vintage bed sheets that I'm never going to use or let anyone else use. No, stay away.
What else you got for Attack of the 50-Foot Sister?
I really like. Are we giving a grade now or?
No, not yet.
All right. Okay. Well, anyway, I really like this episode. I didn't really see anything not to like about this episode. You had a certain amount of poo humor going on because every time Blanchard has some sort of issue, he has to change his pants. Huge melon, new pants.
Yep.
I like that. I like the poo smell. The poo smell gun.
Yeah.
That made me laugh.
Blue? Like, why is it blue?
Why would it be blue?
Red.
Exactly. Is that a Matrix thing? Is that you want the red? You want the red cloud or the blue cloud?
Well, I was gonna make a red laser, blue laser joke, but okay, we can go with the Matrix.
Oh yeah, 50% blue lasers and yeah, is it oh damn it. Knowing is half the battle, so it's 50% knowing, 25% red lasers, and 25% blue lasers. I love that. That's it. Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't make that connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then we have, for good and bad moments, we have the backyard aquarium. Hot dogs to the light side, bratwurst to the dark side.
Bratwurst to the dark side. It goes, da, da, da. That's about as close to the Darth Maul as I can get. Have you ever seen the Lego version of the
Yes.
Darth Maul? And Darth Maul comes in and his theme song starts playing. And it's like da da da, and then he starts singing because apparently there's lyrics.
He starts singing it. Yeah,
he's like,
I've seen the Lego Star
Wars. The lyrics are awesome. It's just the lyrics are awesome because that's the only lyric. He's just like awesome, 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 awesome. And when Aiden and I are playing with our lightsabers, that's the theme song that plays. Because I sing it myself.
At least you're using something from Lego Star Wars and not something from the Lego movie.
Would there be something from the Lego movie that would be appropriate?
The awesome song.
Oh, everything is awesome? No. Oh. No, you see, because the reason being is because that has more than one word in the lyric. It's just not the same.
Yeah. I'd love to be able to find the music I don't think it's Star Wars music. It's Star Wars-ish. But the music behind the battle, because there are several points in the battle where I heard the music and I didn't hear the sound effects and Doof wasn't talking, so I would love to find that instrumental, because I don't think it was a John Williams thing. I don't think they pulled it from Star Wars.
They can't.
Episode. I think the composers and stuff actually made up Star Wars-like music, and I would love to have that because it sounded so cool.
I didn't make that connection with the music. In fact, I thought that the Star Wars references in Attack of the 50-Foot Sister had more closely Star Wars-y music.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when Blanchard was saying, "Help me, Phineas and Ferb, you're my only hope." They were literally playing something. Well, I don't want to say literally playing Star Wars music. Very similar music to the Star Wars theme song. Yeah. Or one of them at least. But I didn't catch that here so much. Maybe I just wasn't making that reference.
I'll just see if I can pull it out. But yeah, what else did or didn't you like about Backyard Aquarium?
Wow. I didn't like this episode, man. I just, you
don't have a lot of notes, do you?
I don't have a whole lot of anything. Well, I already mentioned hot dog sword fights with bratwurst that I thought was kind of funny. We talked about recreation of SeaWorld. Let's make SeaWorld. There's a lot of people out there who don't like am I thinking what's the pet? Is it ASPCA, the pet people that don't like Shamu being in a tiny pond?
It's either the ASPCA or it's PETA.
Well, PETA, screw PETA. People for the eating of tasty animals. What?
Damn.
The people for the eating of tasty animals? That's fantastic, man. Yeah. Which dog is yours? Is that the one with the big juicy hind leg? Okay. I haven't seen him. Speaking of hot dogs, it's just funny that Doofenshmirtz is making the hot dog vendor Revengeinator because he used to sell bratwurst, so people would make fun of him.
Yep.
Personally, I like bratwurst better than hot dogs. But I guess it depends on what brand you buy. Because for me, any bratwurst is better than a hot dog. But there are some people that swear by what was that, like Ballpark Franks? Like it's the best hot dog. Best hot dog in the world.
Yeah, Ballparks are, yeah.
Yeah, and Chrissy won't eat a hot dog unless it's of a certain brand. Right.
Oscar Mayer.
I think it is Oscar Mayer. Yeah, it might be.
That's scary if it is.
It might. Yeah, you got this one down, man. Some people are like, I only hate hot dogs at ballparks. Seriously, they're not good people.
Okay, well, since
baseball park hot dogs are not good. They're really...
Oh no, yeah. What parks are you going? Are you going to Wrigley or whatever the White Sox park is, or whatever? No. Go to Boston.
Yeah.
Go to Boston.
Go to Boston.
Go to the Red Sox games, and have yourself a Fenway Frank, and it'll change your mind.
Really? I don't.
Oh God, I grew up on. Yeah. Oh, that's because before Ballpark happened.
Yeah.
All as we had in our house was Fenway Franks, and it was epic and awesome, and oh man, they were so good. But even just going to the ballpark in general was and just having one of those was just an amazing, epic experience.
Well, there's some people that equate going to the ballpark with eating a hot dog, and it's like part of the experience. Just like going to the theater, you have to have popcorn. You have to have a certain kind of candy. You have to have snow caps because that's part of the experience. Snow caps and popcorn are awesome together. Oh man, you don't know what you're missing.
No,
but
no, I've had snow caps before. I'm just like. Snow caps and Raisinets are the two.
Oh, I could eat Raisinets all day. We are getting far down the beaten path here, but
with his acronyms like the whatever the
HDVRinator.
Well, it's the HDVR. And then he said something else, then he said inator, and I wrote it out, and I'm like, oh, it's an HDVRI. So I'm like, wow, it's kind of like an HD cable in the back of a TV.
It almost sounds like Horsdover.
Horsdivores, there you go.
Yes. That's what it sounds like. I don't know.
Yeah.
The whole high-strung teen thing, that didn't make a whole lot of sense. It's like, well, we don't have enough story here, so we're gonna throw Candace's mom into a weird scenario. She's at a bookstore and she's meeting the high-strung teen lady. Like, all right, sure. Okay.
Well, Linda had to do something for the episode. There's only so many times she can go grocery shopping or go crocheting or go to cooking class with Charlene or
I really like the jazz trio.
Yeah, the jazz trio.
I could go for jazz trio every episode and still be happy.
We got a gig at the mall at the Squat and Stitch.
That's right.
All right. Anything else on back?
Yeah, at the very end, if you love something, set it free. And Phineas says, "We do that every day with Perry." Oh, there you are, Perry. I thought that was funny.
Yeah. All right. For Attack of the 50-Foot Sister, what are you going to rate that episode?
I will tell you, I'm totally giving that a 5.
What?
Yeah, man, it was a 5. Attack of the 50-Foot Sister. Specifically for poop smell and the non-body shaming body acceptance message.
Okay. I'm going to give it a 3.
Really? What? Yeah. There was Star Wars references.
There were.
Kevin
and
Michael
was
Richardson.
Awesome. But yeah,
Harry
I know.
The banjo playing platypus.
I know.
Dude, huge watermelons. Come on.
Yeah, but the 2 huge watermelons were not on the Flawless Girl.
Blanchard has. Oh, hold on. I gotta sit down for after that. I'm sorry. Okay.
I figured that would get you to sit down.
I had to sit down. I had to sit back down. Whew. All right. And Blanchard has some hilarious lines here. He really did.
Yeah.
Even the ones that were almost under his breath were hilarious.
Yeah. I mean, he does, but at the same time, it's like... I don't know. It just, like, Doof just... I don't know. Doof just wasn't... I don't know. It just wasn't really my thing. What are you going to give, what's the other episode? Backyard Aquarium.
Backyard Aquarium gets a 2.
Really?
Yeah, I just wasn't feeling this one. It had no supporting characters. And Jeremy was in there, but that's it. I mean, and it just wasn't that funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, and, even the fishtail at the end, it's like, well, the pool froze and it did get hit by the freezinginator and it slid away somehow and then it fell into the ocean somehow. It just all the fishes got away, even the one that was still in the paper bag or plastic bag. Plastic. You have to be plastic because there's a fish in it.
Yeah. I simply for the Doof plot, I have to give it a 4.5.
What?
We
are completely mixed up on these 2 episodes. Did you watch them in reverse order?
No. I love the whole, like, I love it when we find out because he says, oh, before I was evil, I was a bratwurst street vendor. And I'm like, what the hell turns you evil from going from being a bratwurst street vendor to being an evil scientist? And I just love that. So we're gonna take another quick break.
As president of the Healthy Dessert Club, I declare that nothing says low-calorie, non-fat more than gelatin.
You wouldn't have started this club because gelatin is Jeremy's favorite dessert, would you?
What? No. Ew, gross! Phineas and Ferb, your smelly rodent pet is germing up the cabinets! Where are those 2?
Right here, Candace.
But how? How did you get there? Where you are so fast?
Oh, we were just putting the finishing touches on our molecular transporter. Would you like to try?
Do I look like someone who wants their moleculars transported? Now get that stinky pet out of our cabinets and go scramble your molecules somewhere else.
Oh, there you are, Perry. Bye, Candace.
Would you guys like to try some of our gelatin?
Okay.
No, wait. They'll just end up doing something weird and ruin the party.
How is sharing gelatin with them gonna ruin the party? Somehow?
You want cherry or grape?
Grape, please.
No, wait!
Thanks, guys.
Well, I guess that wasn't too weird.
It's as fun to eat as the crazy fun things you can do with it.
The cartilaginous fibers from the bovine patella structure that gelatin's extracted from gives it that fun, bouncy quality.
What did I tell you? Weird. Now let the professional handle this before it gets out of hand. Why don't you make your own gelatin and leave us alone?
Ferb, I know what we're gonna do today.
Wait!
Bye, Candace.
I'm not finished. Stay away from me and my friends and my gelatin that I don't want ruined with your ruinous.
All right, folks, up next on this double episode 30, day 30 of POWCA, we've got Day of the Living Gelatin. So this is essentially Night of the Living Dead, but Day of the Living Gelatin.
Sure, okay.
That's what I thought it was. So Candace's gelatin party inspires Phineas and Ferb to create the biggest gelatin mold ever in Isabella's swimming pool. Meanwhile, Doofenshmirtz invites Perry the Platypus over for tea in order to convert him to an evil ally, one way or another. Thanks to Doofenshmirtz's invention, he accidentally turns the gelatin into an evil monster. No, man, it wasn't Doofenshmirtz's innator, it was Baljeetin's curry.
Exactly, because curry is innately evil.
Yeah.
Does innately evil things to your backside after you've had hot curry,
yep.
Spicy curry.
Did you get a Scooby-Doo-like vibe from this episode at all?
There was a little bit of a Scooby-Doo homage as they were being chased by the gelatin monster.
Come on, kids! Yeah, that's the name of the song.
Come on, kids! Squirt the gelatin monster.
Yep.
You know what's funny? The word gelatin was used about 150 times in this episode, right? Not once, due to copyright reasons, did they mention the word jello.
Yeah.
I will mention the word jello about 80 times in this review because I don't think of it as gelatin.
Mm-hmm.
Jello, man.
That's right.
Eating the jello.
You gotta get the jello in the pudding pops.
That's right.
I don't care what anyone says. Yes, the man's a monster. I don't care. I can separate
That's right.
the despicable acts the man did in real life to his epic, amazingly funny comedy show from NBC and his jello ads. So, Bill Cosby. There you go, folks.
There you go. There's someone out there hating on you right now because you like Bill Cosby.
Probably.
You're eating the pudding. Don't ruin my blank with your ruinness. I'm gonna be saying that forever now. It doesn't necessarily have to be jello or gelatin. Don't ruin my gelatin with your ruinous. It's gonna be everything. It's just don't ruin my curry with your ruinous.
Don't ruin my childhood with your ruinous, Michael Bay.
Exactly. Keep the hell away from my childhood, Michael Bay, with your ruinous, where you ruin everything. It's funny. I liked that so much. I thought that was the perfect line.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah. Who the heck is Wanda?
So remember when I mentioned that a while ago?
We were just talking about this. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you had mentioned that doesn't Isabella's dog Pinky end up being an agent? And I'm like, yeah, but it's a whole other division, and Perry got stuck down there one day. This is that episode where Perry ends up over in Wanda's division.
Right. And I'm like, what the heck? Everything's pink.
Yeah.
Is this why they call him Pinky?
Yeah, I don't know.
Everything was pink. Looking around thinking, this is just wrong. I was like, did they accidentally land in, Pink Land?
Yeah. So Pinky's nemesis, Professor Poofenplotz, is mentioned in this episode, but she doesn't actually make her debut until Isabella and the Temple of Sap.
Oh, I remember that one. Yeah.
So yeah. But no, I thought it was cool making, Pinky an agent and, Pinky and Perry team up in a few other episodes as well. Oh.
Well, it's funny because
look, God. You're gonna kill me. Optimus Solo's gonna kill me, and Steve's gonna kill me. I completely missed the molecular transporter. I watched the episode twice. I've said this in the last 30-something days that I watched the episodes twice. Once through the first time so I can record the audio, and then I watched them again so I can actually take my notes so we can record the episode. And well, I kind of got the transporter joke. I didn't kind of get the transporter joke until I just read it on the wiki that it's a Star Trek reference.
Well, yeah, Star Trek. Where she said, Candace says, "Do I look like someone that wants my molecules transported?" That was funny. I like that. But no, it was they were being transported. It was a transporter.
Yep.
Pretty cut and dry what was going on there. What was funny is when, they were going to transport away. And they're like, "Would you like some Jell-O?" And then they transport back. Heck yeah, I want Jell-O. Like mid transporting, they come back.
Yeah,
that was funny. I thought it was fun. I'm mildly amusing.
Ooh, that's so cool. All right, so I'll mention that later. Other allusions to this, we already mentioned Night of the Living Dead, Scooby-Doo, Star Trek.
Right.
There's an Ed, and Eddie reference, apparently, too. There's an Angry Birds reference.
I never watched that show.
Ed, and Eddie?
Never seen it.
It's a Cartoon Network show.
I'm aware. Never seen it.
Okay. There's an Angry Birds reference when Phineas and Ferb use Ferb's legs like a slingshot, and Phineas puts the water balloons. It's obviously how you play Angry Birds.
You use one slingshot, they immediately say, "Oh, that's Angry Birds." Nobody says, "Oh, that's clearly Wheelie from Transformers the movie."
No.
He uses a slingshot,
No.
Could be, clearly that's Dennis the Menace, because that was the first known canonical use of a slingshot.
There is no, "Why, boy, hit my nose." There is none of that.
That's right.
Phineas and Ferb do Ghostbusters more correctly than the new Ghostbusters film. The gelatin monster climbing up Doofenshmirtz's Evil Incorporated is very similar to Stay Puft climbing up the Empire State Building.
Actually, I was thinking it had more to do with
King Kong.
Yeah. We already did King Kong, though, kind of. That was a King Kong reference yesterday.
50 Foot Sister had that, yeah.
Right.
All right, so anything else on the plot for Day of the Living Gelatin before we get to Elementary, My Dear Stacy?
No, I have some things I like and some things I didn't like, but we can talk about that later. Yeah,
we can talk about that later.
Yeah.
All right, so Elementary, My Dear Stacy, while in London at night, so this is the second episode that we've seen how we're watching them that actually starts at night. Candace and Stacy emulate Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson while trying to bust Phineas and Ferb. Meanwhile, Perry must team up with British agent 000 in order to stop Dr. Doofenshmirtz from moving Big Ben to the tri-state area.
All right.
So, wait, if you're 000 and he's P, does that make it Oop?
I was going to say Oop. I was going to say Poo. Because Poo makes me giggle.
The first thing I thought of was Poo.
Poo. Clearly it's Poo.
Poo with no H, people.
No H. That's right. Not Jim Cummings. That's
Yeah, no.
No, not that Poo.
It's not a cuddly bear with a craving for honey.
Exactly. Not the same thing. But 000 is just clearly a James Bond clone.
Oh, absolutely.
He's so James Bond. And
he's very
not in a good way. He's very what?
He's very Roger Moore-ish.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's what I didn't think you said. All right, yeah.
What'd you think I said? He was a George Lazy?
No, I never mind what I thought. Okay.
Oh, God, now I don't want to know.
Exactly.
I don't know. This one kind of... the plot of this kind of flat for me a little bit. I don't know why. It just kind of does.
They were reaching a little bit.
Yeah.
And some of the jokes were, I don't want to say British, but yeah, they were a little on the dry side where you wouldn't quite get it. And then some of it was just making fun of British people.
Yeah.
Which I like to make fun of British people. But at the same time, it just seemed kind of mean. Like Cockney for tourists. I went to London. I didn't hear anybody speaking like that. I had no idea what the guy was saying. Maybe I was just in the wrong.
Isn't this the second? Oh yeah, this is the second time that this has happened. But the first time was with Ferb and Grandpa Fletcher. When Grandpa Fletcher says something and Phineas turns to him and says, "Translation."
Yeah.
He did a lot of cool stuff when he was younger. And then at the end of that episode, he says, "Translation, I have no idea." Same thing happens here with Candace and Stacy, with the guy in the shop. And Candace turns to Stacy and translate. And it's like, wow, Ferb and Stacy can speak, Cockney.
Stacy had the Cockney for tourists book. It's like if you're in France and you're frantically thumbing through the French to English dictionary,
Yeah.
It's like, what did he say? I don't know. I'm looking it up. Hold on a second. What's a boondoggle? Oh, crap. A, B, E. Ah, there it is.
The only thing that the guy said that I got was the too young line.
Oh, yeah.
It's so obvious. Hey, aren't they? Whatever he says. And I was like, Yep, that's too young line right there.
Yes, they are.
Oh boy. So, anything else in the plot for Elementary, My Dear Stacy?
Did we cover the part where reason why Doof wants the whole Doof plan? Doofenshmirtz wants a bigger watch, so he plans to steal Big Ben with a giant rocket.
Yeah.
And Agent 000 is like, don't you understand? You could just buy a new watch. It's like, no, that would be hard.
I have to go out into the store and pick out a watch and wait in line. He's like, I'd rather just steal this.
Yeah, this is a lot easier. That's just too much like work. That whole worrying about buying a new watch. So many choices. I don't know what I want. I just steal Big Ben.
I don't even think. Yeah, well, I know for a fact I haven't had a watch in at least 10 years. I mean, all I need is my cell phone, really.
Pretty much, yeah. The only people I know who wear watches are people who enjoy wearing watches for some odd reason. I don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
And those people usually, get an iWatch.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No, see, that's where I love the iDevices, but that's where I draw the line. I am not.
Yeah.
There's no way in hell I'm getting an Apple
What do you do when you enjoy wearing a watch, but you also don't like pulling your phone out of your pocket? Well, they got an app for that.
They got an app for that.
They got a whole new product for that. In fact, you can buy yourself a $500 phone. But no, I know people who collect timepieces, and it's like, wow, you spent how much on a watch that you'll never put on your arm? This is coming from a guy who has 5,000 Transformers in his room, but still, that's kind of ridiculous.
You do play with those every now and then, so
I got a few on my desk right now. Yeah.
All right, so we're going to get to the yes, we do, and no, we don't moments for the Day of the Living Gelatin and Elementary, My Dear Stacy after this.
Okay.
No, that was not okay.
That was not okay.
So, kids, are you enjoying your visit to England?
Oh, yes, Grandpa. We even learned how to use real thatch.
Well, thatch terrific. Yeah, that was a good one.
There's nothing to do.
Nothing for us to do.
What? Why don't you read my old collection of Sherlock Holmes? I've got the whole collection right here.
Gee, thanks, Mrs. Fletcher.
Dinner's at 1900. That's 7 o'clock for you, Yanks.
Ah, yes, reading. That's what they did before they invented fun.
I heard that.
Well, it's better than nothing.
Okay, is everybody ready? We're going to take you kids to see the London Eye.
What's that?
One of the largest Ferris wheels in the entire universe.
Cool.
Girls, are you ready?
Wait, almost finished?
Candace, you stayed up all night just to finish that book?
No. We finished the whole collection.
Before they invented fun, indeed.
Hey, where's Perry? Oh, there he is.
See you later, old boy. Be good now.
So now it is time for the... No, that's still not okay. Time for the yes, we do, and no, we don't moments for the Day of the Living Gelatin and Elementary My Dear Stacy. For Day of the Living Gelatin, I dig this episode. That giant gelatin monster, oh my god. That's awesome.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
What's even more awesome about the giant gelatin monster? Clancy Brown.
Clancy Brown is the Jello monster.
Yep.
I tell you, they got to keep Clancy Brown in the basement. And, just let him out every time they need a guest spot. It's like, hey, Clancy, come on out of your hole. We need you to voice the Jello monster. And he's like, I'll voice anything. He has these, buttery man vocals that sound awesome. But I did not pick him out here. I would not have known that was Clancy Brown.
Yep. Another interesting thing about the voice cast for this one, I think we've asked this before, but we haven't gotten the answer until now. When we've mentioned Jenny before, Candace and Stacy's other friend.
Right.
She is credited as additional voices. She's actually voiced by Allison Stoner, Isabella.
Oh, the same, really?
Yep.
You know what I thought was funny? I saw that she was voiced by Allison Stoner, and Jenny's the cadence to her voice is slightly stonerish.
Yeah,
like hippie-ish. She's very like, hey man, why would you do that? Why won't you let the boys do their own thing, man? It's like, okay. I get it. She's a flower child, but come on, man.
So so they call her in the cast here, they call her Admiral Acronym, but Wanda. At first, I thought it was gonna be, but that's later for the other episode. Admiral Acronym is voiced by Jane Leeves.
Who's that?
Oh, you would have to ask that.
I gotta ask, yeah, because I saw the cast list because I checked now because I like to know who does the voices, right. And number one, I thought, well, who's Admiral Acronym? Because they didn't actually call her that during the episode.
They called her Wanda, yeah.
Called her Wanda, and I'm thinking, well, why would they include that particular character reference in the cast if they weren't even here? And then my other question is, who the heck is Jane Leeves?
Have you ever seen Frasier?
Yeah.
Daphne.
No way. Really?
Yep.
Holy cow. I remember her having a distinctive voice. Very British. Yeah. I should have... Yeah, I guess I should have... Yeah, maybe.
She was also in the 1994 version of Miracle on 34th Street. But pretty much, according to this, it's pretty much... Frasier.
Yeah. Now, that's interesting because I don't think I would have picked her. A lot of times when I hear foreign accents on a cartoon show, I just immediately assume it's like somebody who can do a foreign accent.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think, oh yeah, they went out and found a Richard O'Brien or a Malcolm McDowell to do the voice for this character because they're British. Yeah, of course.
Yep.
Please use the front entrance.
Yes, that was awesome.
The one surrounded by cannons, please use the front entrance.
Well, it doesn't actually show. Like, I thought it was going to show it, but...
That one episode where they showed it, why don't you ever use the front door? And they look, and it's surrounded by traps.
Yeah, but this episode, I thought at one point that they were going to show that same thing. But apparently not.
No. There was a lot going on in this episode they couldn't afford to cut away.
Yeah, no. No, they couldn't afford to cut away at all.
That's right. Turn everything evil-inator!
I want you to become my ally, Perry the Platypus. Be evil with me. I swear, they're really, really showing their, Darth side here.
Join me, and together we shall rule the tri-state area. That's like the best Vader I can do. I don't do Vader, sorry. I can't do James Earl Jones. I don't know many people that can.
No, there's not many.
Back to Kevin Michael Richardson. He does an awesome Vader.
Yeah.
He's amazing with Vader.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm like, he doesn't sound like PP Otter. He sounds like Vader.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Anything else as far as good or bad moments for Day of the Living Gelatin?
I found out something new here. Lasers can't hit you when you cartwheel.
Apparently not.
Yeah, because Perry dodged every shot. So it's like, do a barrel roll. He dodges all the bullets. The Jello pool should have cartwheeled.
Yes, it should have.
And then he wouldn't have gotten shot with the turn everything evil-inator.
Very, very true.
Yeah. One thing I didn't like. Are we up to the?
Yeah.
Okay. One thing I didn't like. Minor quibble, right? The gelatin monster eats Jeremy's head. So Candace has a sculpture that she made out of Jello that looks like Jeremy, and the gelatin monster sees it and just sucks it down.
This is after the gelatin monster ate Candace.
Exactly. Yeah. So Candace was inside the gelatin monster.
Yeah.
Floating around, and she was frantically trying to grab the Jeremy Jello head as it dissolves inside the Jello.
Creepy on so many levels.
It was very creepy. My first thought was cannibalism. A Jello monster eating Jello? This is wrong. So wrong. Also, I like Curry. I don't find Curry to be evil in any way. Baljeet also left Buford at home for this episode. He was not in it.
Yes, he did. Yeah, Buford wasn't here.
Would it have been much different with Buford involved? I mean, would he have just eaten all the Jello? Would he have been, could they have had a Susie-shaped Jello that would have scared the crap out of Buford? That would have been funny. That would have been entertainment right there.
Oh, damn. That's
Susie-shaped Jello? What?
No. We don't need... we do not need Susie-shaped Jello.
Susie.
So,
Susie-O's.
yes, we do. No, we don't. For Elementary, My Dear Stacy, it's your traditional Sherlock Holmes parody.
Was it really?
Pretty much. They read the whole series, and then they go in, and, she keeps saying the line, Elementary, My Dear Stacy, just like Sherlock Holmes. Elementary, My Dear Watson.
Yeah, but I kind of expected there to be an allusion to a particular Sherlock Holmes story. Like, even one that's off the beaten path, No. They don't all have to be, Hound of the Baskervilles. It could have been something else, but it's like, oh, we are building another water slide.
Yeah.
This time in London. It's like, oh, wow, okay, that's it. That's the best you can do. Les sigh.
Well, okay, so the thing with the Elementary, My Dear line,
it
was not actually said by Sherlock Holmes in any of the Sir Arthur Conan Doyle works. Okay. The line actually comes either first said in the 1929 movie The Return of Sherlock Holmes, or in the 1929. Oh, or the 1899 stage production Sherlock Holmes. So yeah, there's that, and then there's all the Bond references.
That's about 80% more than I needed to know about Sherlock Holmes. Thanks.
Yeah.
I've only heard some of the audiobooks. I'm not a huge Holmes fan.
Yeah, I'm not either. I've read several of the old stuff, but okay, so I was really hoping they would get this actress to do this, but sadly they didn't. Jane Leeves returns to voice Inspector Initials. Inspector Initials, at the time, it was still the Pierce Brosnan Bond era, so you had Dame Judi Dench as M. So right. I was really hoping that they would have gotten Judi Dench to be Inspector Initials.
Oh, that would have been interesting.
Yeah, that would have been really cool.
It would have sounded about the same. But yeah, interesting.
No, it wouldn't have said... No, there's a big difference between Jane Leeves and Dame Judi Dench.
Yeah, I get it.
What else did or didn't you like about this one?
You're gonna hate this. I've never been a big James Bond fan. I can hear it already. I can hear it in the way you're staring at me. Exactly, it's audible. I get it. There's different flavors, let's say, of James Bond, and you've got different personalities in that, right. Oh, this one's more wrapped up in the gadgets, but this one's more wrapped up in the womanizing, and this one's more wrapped up in John Woo filmish, type action. And that's cool. You can take each one and enjoy them for their merits that they have, the strengths and weaknesses. But as a whole, James Bond, Sherlock Holmes, James Bond, I'm aware of them. I've experienced them, but not my favorite thing. And right. I was like, oh, okay, so there's a James Bond parody. Well, that's nice. Okay, sure. I like how they played with his name. So is that O? Yeah. And in fact, in all my notes here, I've got him named O. O.
Yeah. What's funny about the O?
Please tell me. Yeah. Yeah.
This is gonna, because we love the fishtailing at this show.
Okay.
O is the evil C-3PO in the Marvel Star Wars Darth Vader series.
I forgot about that. Yeah. O.
Yeah.
That's funny. Those are excellent characters. The evil C-3PO and the evil R2-D2.
Yes,
fantastic characters. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Funny character. It's a nice bit of levity with, in between all of the Darth Vaderisms,
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I'm glad you brought that up. How many flavors of haggis do you need? 29 individual flavors of haggis.
Oh, Lawrence. See, that's so funny that they're all going in different directions. You've got Lawrence and Grandpa Fletcher going off to the Haggis Festival.
The Haggis Festival.
Yeah. You've got Linda and Grandma Fletcher going wherever the hell they're going, and then you have Phineas and Ferb splitting up from Candace and Stacy. So
the last thing you want to do is lose your kids in London. I mean, honestly, there's a lot of places to lose people there.
Well, the Eye is watching them all.
Ha ha. The Eye is really cool, actually.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is, and I wonder why he said it this way, and maybe obviously it's just a line in the script, but they wrote it for Lawrence to say, it's the biggest Ferris wheel in the universe. How do you know? How do you know there's not a bigger Ferris wheel on Saturn or Pluto or... How do you know that?
At that point, it's like, I know what we're going to do tomorrow.
Yeah.
Today we're going to build a crappy water slide that falls apart. Before we're even done using it.
Well, to be fair, that rocket was pretty powerful. To be fair.
All right.
I don't, the whole water slide gag again, I don't get it. And this is the second time of 3 that I know that they do this. the other time is when I mentioned this a few days ago when they do the whole Love Boat thing later, because it's a Love Boat Titanic combination in one of the episodes later. But,
Awesome.
Yeah.
We're so in love at the bottom of the Atlantic.
Yeah. Heart of the ocean.
Le coeur de la mer.
Yeah, it's true.
It's very French.
I love how Triple Oo says
Triple Oo. It's Triple O. He says, "I'm going to show her my O face." Oh.
I can't believe you got an Office Space reference into this podcast.
Oh
my God.
You know it.
So he says, am I one of those hidden camera shows?
Exactly. He's like, this isn't even evil. What the hell, man?
Yeah.
This isn't even partly maladjusted. It's just wrong. It doesn't make any sense. Buy a new watch. Remember in the 90s where it was like great big old watches? Who was it?
Calculators and stuff. Yeah.
Flava Flav had a big ass clock on his chest. You know, I mean, he had the right idea. You know, he was like painfully nearsighted or something.
Apparently, yes.
Yeah, he's just like, what time is it? He picks up his giant watch and goes, oh yeah, that's what time it is. I know what's up. What's going on?
Anything else on Elementary, my dear Stacy?
I kind of feel bad for Joof because he gets the water slide, and I think he's gonna have fun, but the whole thing's falling apart while he's on it, which is unsafe. And he's like, cannonball! Nope, broken coccyx.
I was expecting a bigger splash.
I was expecting him to explode. Like he's got this huge crater, and it's like, oh, dude, you should be paced. It's terrible.
That had to hurt his Heinz Heine.
This is Heine. What's with the coccyx?
Heinz Heine.
Coccyx. You know what a coccyx is, right?
Yeah.
Of course you do. It's
yes.
Coccyx.
Yeah.
Haggis. Oh, you know what haggis is made of, right?
Yeah, it's lungs and it's all kinds of lungs and
all
various
guts
boiled up into a sheep's stomach. Yeah.
Mix up the guts and put it in a stomach pouch.
Yep.
29 flavors of guts.
Australia, you can have. Go to Australia and Crocodile Dundee will give you some kangaroo haggis.
Oh, that sounds disgusting. Yeah.
Well, you said put it in a stomach pouch. The first thing I thought of was Kanga and Roo. Poor Winnie the Pooh.
And it comes full circle.
Yes, it does. Oh, Jesus.
Oh wait, okay, and probably, the funniest line of the show was reading is what people did before they invented fun.
Yeah.
I heard that.
Yeah, that's true. Alright, what are you going to rate Day of the Living Gelatin Monster?
I'm going to give this one a solid 3. Mm-hmm. I liked it. I liked it well enough. I didn't dislike anything. Not a huge fan of Sherlock Holmes or James Bond, but
no. Gelatin, not Elementary, my dear Stacy. Gelatin Monster.
Oh hell! Oh, I'm sorry, Gelatin Monster. You know what? I was gonna give Gelatin Monster, Day of the Living Gelatin, I should say, a 4, maybe a 5. It's really funny. It's a fun episode. It's got a catchy song. Yeah. I have so many, just positive things about this show. Ferb's line might be his most verbose yet. I had no idea that Jell-O was made out of cow cartilage, but Ferb taught me this.
Yeah.
No idea. I like Agent Pinky.
Yeah, Agent Pinky's awesome.
I call him Agent P. Yeah. So no, I rarely give out 5s because it's like they can't all be 5, but this one I liked. I liked it a lot. and I'd give it a solid 4, approaching a 5. You know?
So you're gonna give it a 4.5, essentially.
If Norm were there, I'd give it a 5+. You know, no Norm.
Oh god, I can't even imagine Norm and the gelatin monster interacting. I just can't even. Oh my god.
Yeah. Well, you know, Clancy Brown though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can't Clancy.
For me, with Gelatin Monster, I gotta give it a 5. I can't not give it a 5.
I want to give it a 5 now. Damn it. Yeah.
Anything I can do better.
Exactly. Infinity.
You know, you got so many cool things. You got the turn everything evilinator, which if you think about it, he could have used that for so many other things than trying to turn Perry evil. But
I know
all the random things it hits, which isn't much. The biggest thing it hits, obviously, is the gelatin monster. My question is, did he go to the Smile Away Reformatory School? Because when he slips on his soap and the toothbrush ends up in his mouth, he specifically says, "This isn't even the toothbrush I used to brush my teeth with." And I'm like, are you seriously using a toothbrush in your toilet?
Oh, no. You could be using that toothbrush for anything.
Yeah. David, 5s all around. Elementary, My Dear Stacy, I'm going to give it a 3.5. There were certain things I liked about it, but the James Bond stuff got old really fast. It got older than Roger Moore really fast.
Oh, older than Sean Connery. My day has come.
Yeah. So, what are you going to give Elementary, My Dear Stacy? 3?
Yeah, you know, I think I already said after when I thought that we were reviewing that one when we weren't, actually. But yeah, 3, just on account of, you know, not my cup of tea, but at the same time, it was a solid episode. I like I said, not a huge fan of James Bond, but I like the idea that they included this character. And you know they're going to go back to England, so he could show up at any time. This is, what, the 2nd or 3rd time they've been to England now?
3rd or 4th, I thought, but
really?
I could be wrong.
Holy cow. Well, they're always hanging out with the grandparents there, but sometimes they come to America, so I don't know. It's got to be at least the 2nd, maybe the 3rd. But yeah. This character could show up again.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be unfortunate if he didn't, even though he's so silly. Like, it's a good thing I had that watch laser. You know, 5 hours later, it's like, ha-ha, I've arrived, and he's late, and everything's done with, and you know, the mammal didn't need instructions. You know, it's just always harping on the poor James Bond alike.
Yeah.
James Bond alike. That's new. It's a new phrase that I have coined.
James Bond alike. Well, you know, we all can't. You know, we all can't be Otto Botley. So we're gonna.
There you go.
That's an oldie but a goodie that no one that's listening to this show. Anyone goes back several years and listens to when Michael first joined the TFG1 podcast, he coined the term Otto Botley because apparently Skyling's keeping guns in his ass was not very Otto Botley.
Well, not just that his ass was full of guns, but the fact that he unloaded his ass in front of a bunch of pacifists. And they all immediately scooped up weapons and started fighting. You know, it just doesn't seem like an Otto Botley thing to do, right?
No. All right, we're going to take a quick break. You're going to hear some ads and some other stuff. We're going to come back with closing of the show and some other notes that I've found along the way to kind of catch up with some of the comments we've gotten on some of the previous days' episodes. We'll be back after this.
Platypus? Oh, who's your little friend here?
I'm Agent 000 from Her Majesty's Secret Service.
000? Isn't that just triple O?
No, that's not how you say it.
It spells ooh, doesn't it?
It's just 000.
He's P and you're ooh, so together you spell.
No, they're not O's, they're zeros, all right?
I was just going to say oop. Looks like I struck a nerve there.
Do you like retro cartoons? Then Saturday Morning Rewind is the podcast for you. Join them each month as they talk about classic cartoons and interview legendary voice actors like Jim Cummings.
I am the terror that flaps in the night.
Corey Burton.
Sometimes toys can be so flighty.
Rob Paulson.
Sure, Brain, but how are we going to find chaps our size?
Nancy Cartwright and many more.
Eat my shorts.
So grab a bowl of Lucky Charms.
They're magically delicious.
Put on your hammer pants. Go to SaturdayMorningRewind.com. And be prepared to feel like a kid again. Once again, that's SaturdayMorningRewind.com. Saturday Morning Rewind was voted Best Podcast Ever by its host, Tim Nidell. So it's gotta be good.
Emerging from the dark humor that was the Beast Unleashed podcast, Steve Megatron, TFG1Mike, PecanCtMichael, and the Cybertronian correspondent Optimus Solo move on to Transformers Animated with Transformation Animation Podcast. 20 episodes covering all 3 seasons of the cartoon, the books, and the awesome toy line. We'll also have cast and crew interviews, so get tapped with GCRN's next Transformers franchise podcast, Transformation Animation Podcast, available on iTunes and the web at www.GeekCastRadio.com. Get your tap on.
Decepticons, transform and rise up. Me Grimlock, not podcaster. Me Grimlock King.
Since 2011, we have been taking you beyond. That's right, Tooncast Beyond has covered many cartoon series and films in our 4 years online. Now we take you even further as we reformat the podcast by covering any and all cartoon series by season. And we also have our animated film reviews. So join TFG1Mike and the rest of the GCRN crew as we give you a different cartoon review every Wednesday on iTunes, Stitcher Smart Radio, Blog Talk Radio, and of course, GeekCastRadio.com. We are beyond good, beyond evil, beyond your wildest imagination.
Hey everyone, this is the Music Man 08, one of the co-hosts of Beyond the Night with TFG1Mike. Would you like to hear variety? Would you like to hear it out of the clear blue sky? If you've said yes to both these questions, then head on over to www.sky106.net and why don't you check out the schedule to find out when your favorite DJs are on. You may also fill out an application, follow us on Twitter, send us feedback, and tune in with your media player of choice. You may also add us to Skype. That website again is www.sky106.net, where everything is out of the clear blue sky.
So we are back here on day 30, and while I can remember to do this, way back on day 23 when we had Unfair Science Fair, our good buddy at Spongy445 on Twitter commented on this episode and mentioned that Wendy, Candace's rival from the food court that you said didn't need to be there, she is voiced by Brenda Song. And then Mr. McGillicuddy is voiced by Brian Stepanek. The whole episode is a Sweet Life of Zach and Cody reunion because you have Ashley Tisdale, who was Maddie, Brenda Song, who was London, and Brian Stepanek, who was Arwen. So it's a whole Sweet Life reunion without actually needing Zach or Cody.
Zach and Cody.
So that's very, very cool. Thank you for pointing that out to us, Spongy, as well. Thank you to everybody who's been commenting. Spongy usually comments almost on every episode. Thank you so much. I believe it was episode 22, Oil on Candace, that we had a comment from a guy named Jay, or could be a girl named Jay. I assume it's a male. It's Jay. Yeah, sorry, Jay. All I can think of is, who's telling this story anyway? But Jay says, I've been listening every day, and I just wanted to tell you how much I'm enjoying the daily podcast. I am more of a Ferbian, so I don't say much, but I wanted to let you know that you do have many more fans out there, even if we may not be commenting. Even though I've seen every episode numerous times, I'm currently rewatching them all spread out over 104 days of summer from just before Memorial Day up until Labor Day. Coming up on the halfway point soon, so almost finished watching through season 2. It's fun to hear other people's opinions and what they find funny and what they like and don't like. I've only disagreed with you guys a few times. For instance, I really liked Jerk de Soleil episode, the one where Django had several lines, where he was the boy that could put his foot behind his head. Also, I'm sure he was named after Swampy's son, but I don't know if Beppo has any meaning. Keep up the great work, guys, and I'll be sure to continue listening every morning. Thank you so much, Jay.
Nice, very nice. That is interesting. I didn't realize his son was named Django.
I didn't either.
Okay.
I have not, done full Google search background checks on Dan and Swampy. So,
I haven't called the FBI yet, but I will now.
The other thing I wanted to point out, since we're 30 days into the podcast, if you guys go to geekcastradio.com and you scroll down about right next to where the recent comments are, you will now see a rotating GIF type, because it is pronounced GIF, like the peanut butter, not GIF, according to the owner.
It's actually pronounced GIF. It's
no,
GIF.
it's not. Not according to the owner. No, not according to the dude that made the thing up. I've seen an article in the last week or so where somebody has, the creator of the thing said it's pronounced GIF, like the creator of the GIF says it's pronounced GIF.
That's just his opinion, and it's wrong. So
yeah, and I don't think this is because this is from the Telegraph, and this is from Tom Ruger, so I don't think Tom would put an Onion story on Facebook. But this was May 22nd, 20. Oh wow. That's an old article. Holy crap. Apparently the argument's still going on. Anyway, if you go over to geekcastradio.com, you'll see a GIF of various incoming message, the gelatin monster, Phineas and Ferb standing on their heads. Basically, it's a thing where you can click to get directly to the POWCA category on our website to go see and listen to all the episodes and look at all the episode posts, because I do take a lot of screenshots. I take probably between 2 cartoon episodes. So you take season 1. If you take more, oh God, what is that? I don't know. No. The Lord of the Rings has no purpose here. No purpose.
Hey, you know what? Just watch it after the show, okay?
No. Right. Lord of the Rings has no purpose.
Don't watch it now. Don't watch it now because I don't want you stumbling through. I just watch it later. It's funny.
Yeah.
Who's Jeff? Okay. He says. Gimli says, "Who's Jeff?" That's the best part.
All right. So you go back to day 18 of the podcast where we had best lazy day ever, and what was that other episode? Best lazy day ever, and crack that whip. So what I've done is I usually take anywhere from 5 to 10 screenshots of both cartoons, depending on what the images are that I want to grab. So yeah, go check it out. You can find it on the main page, the little GIF banner, and once you click on that, it'll take you to our podcast page where you can click on all the episodes. Like in episode 19, I have an image of the sandwich suit removinator, where apparently Doof was telling, Doof always tells if she's going to take the big head out, she's got to fill it up when she comes back. So there's that. Coming up tomorrow, we will have our second in a row double episode, so you're going to get another double episode tomorrow. Thank you for joining us here on POWCA. There are several ways to get in contact with us or leave feedback for the show. Visit the website, geekcastradio.com. Leave the show's feedback in iTunes. Please do this. Follow us on Twitter. Mine is at TFG1Mike. You can follow at GeekCast Radio for all the other network updates. What is your Twitter?
PecanCtMichael.
Become a fan on Facebook. Go to facebook.com/GeekCast Radio Network. Call the voicemail line. Tell us the show you're leaving the message for and your name. 502-526-5821. We hope you enjoyed this episode of POWCA and wish you'll join us next time when we will be giving you our thoughts on the next 4 cartoons, next 2 episodes of Phineas and Ferb Season 2, which include Don't Even Blink, wasn't that a Doctor Who episode? Shea Platypus, Perry Lays an Egg, and Gaming the System. For now, I am TFG1Mike with
Michael Wilson.
Thank you for listening. Until next time. Nothing? You got nothing?
Oh, sorry. No, nothing. Okay.
No, that is not okay.
That's not okay. I got nothing.
Not okay.